Let's do an end of year finish parade. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. I don't know how I did such a horrible job of tracking my projects in 2024, but I've narrowed it down to where I'm only missing two of them, at least two of the ones that I remember stitching, and it's already January 2nd. I don't want to delay this anymore, so we are going to work with what we've got. It was a strange year for stitching. In January, I picked up and stitched Blue Jays by Riolis. I had started this one a couple years earlier as a Sal and done a little bit of this bird's tail and part of the background. I picked it up again in late December 2023, and once I started stitching, I really did not stop except for that ice storm that briefly made me hate the concept of icy branches and snow. This was the point where it clicked that I could do fiddly stuff again. I was in a car wreck in the mid-2023 and spent a lot of weeks not realizing that I had a concussion. I don't recommend counter cross stitch with a concussion, even a mild one. But this was the piece that it hit that I could stitch again. And as soon as I was done with it, I picked up Window with Magpie, which is also a Riolis kit. This was a Mania start from back I don't know when. I had only stitched a tiny bit of this little finial up here. For whatever reason, once I started stitching this, I did not put it down until it was done. I am usually not a single project stitcher, but this one just caught me. And I would have, prior to that moment, told you that I probably was never going to finish this, that I couldn't remember why I ordered the kit in the first place. It's gorgeous. There's nothing about it to dislike. I just had lost my love for it until I picked it up and I started doing all of this blue shading and the back stitching, and somehow I finished it. And then after that, I picked up Southwest Mesa. I have a very long, very complicated history with this one. This is my second attempt at this project, and I had only stitched this little corner and a bit of one of the cactuses. This is obviously not a finish, but I spent weeks and weeks stitching on it until I decided I could not handle any more brown cliffside, and I had to do something else for a while. Sprinkled in with those, I had some little projects. There was the Evil Eye cross stitch kit from the Dollar Tree. It was an experiment. I don't recommend these. I've got a whole video about why I don't recommend these. Whatever this is, it is not counter cross stitch. I did Pink House by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, which I absolutely adore. I love all those windows and the little lacy border at the bottom. I also stitched Aunt Betty's on Blueberry Buckle Lane, and I cannot find that one to save my life. It's a shame because I really wanted to show it to you. I have gone through my project bags, my baskets. It is quite obviously tucked in between a couple of different little things, but I can't find it, and in the interest of actually getting this video done, we're going to have to do without it. This is a pattern by Allerton Embroidery. I got it off of Etsy. It's one of those ones that doesn't really have a name in the description. I just called it the Ring. I love this. This is one of my favorite things I have stitched. I think this is only 5 colors of DMC. And wonderful shading and the letters and the reflections on the metal, and I adore this one. In January, I did a video about second sock syndrome and all of the socks that I had not finished. I finished all 3 pairs. I finished the banana socks with Premier Yarns Fruit, which is a self-striping sock yarn. I had so much fun with these. I did find one more partial sock that I was apparently stitching out of leftovers, but I'm not even sure what the plan was. The gauge is wonky, and I did not pull it off of the needles because I reserve the right to decide to go back to it someday, but I'm not even counting that as a UFO anymore. And I knitted a great big shawl. This is some Red Heart Super Saver I got from the thrift store, and I striped it with a solid beige so that the color combinations were a little less wild. This is to donate to our quilting group. I don't even know what agency these go to. If it's hospice or a nursing home, or it will go somewhere where it is wanted. Then I did another great big blue one. I started this one in October. This is Bram Mandala, one of the bonus skeins. And I pretty much cast on, and except for the fact where I changed my gauge a couple of times, it was start to finish. This is all one length of yarn. There is a beginning end and an ending end to weave in. I had fun. I enjoyed this. It was a soothing, calming way to keep my fingers busy. I did a Nevermore Raven from, I think it was this year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue, and that is another one that I can't find it. I did not remember stitching it until I saw it earlier this morning in one of my Flosstube thumbnails when I was looking for something else entirely. It'll turn up. I stitched about 2/3 of Down Memory Lane. This is a stamped cross-stitch kit from, I think, 1991, based on a Charles Wysocki illustration. I had hoped to have the back stitching done by the end of the year, but I looked at the instructions and I could not figure them out, and there are a lot of French knots in this, and I am not in the mood for French knots right now, so it will get done. It won't get done on a timeline. I think I started this one September 30th, and I just finished it a few days ago. This is Let's Go Fishing by Riolis. I have talked about this kit a lot. I have very strong feelings about this kit. There is a whole video just dedicated to this project that'll probably be out within the next couple of weeks. It was more challenging than I expected. There were a couple of techniques that caught me by surprise, and the chart itself was a little different than I'm used to from Riolis. But I'm very glad I stitched it and delighted with how quickly I worked it up. Then my last finish of the year was Snowman Croc. This is another one by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I love how quick and fun this one was. She has a whole series of crocs, and I definitely want to do some of the others. I thought I might have Beacon at Daybreak done by the end of the year, but this one, I can do confetti again, but this one is still absolutely kicking my butt. I don't understand how it is so hard. I have done things like this before. I will do things like this again. I love confetti, but this one and we are not getting along that well. And I have a couple of projects where it seems like I've had my fun. Maybe I've stitched as much as I need to stitch and I don't ever need to finish it. This one, I am stubborn, and it is going to be a finish in 2025 no matter what. I'm not making concrete plans for the year, but this thing is going to get finished. In October, Mom and I went to the coast for our annual quilting retreat. 2023 had been a huge disappointment. I was still hurting. I did not get much done at all. I made up for it this year by piecing 5 brand new quilt tops and finishing the one I had started but not finished the year before. I had found a plastic organizer full of someone else's cut quilt scraps, and I had an absolute blast combining them to see what I could do with some solid sashing I bought new at Joann's. They were a whole lot of fun. The center applique of this was found at an estate sale, and I wanted to make a quilt that would do it justice. And this is some black and white strips that my mom had given me that I did Bonnie Hunter's Scrappy Trip Around the World with. And that is it for 2024. I would not be surprised if there were a couple other small projects that I had utterly forgotten because, like I said, I did not track things the way I should have. I started the year with a dot grid journal because I wasn't able to find a dated planner I liked. Thank goodness this has no dates because I made it through February. I used up 4 pages before I stopped writing in it, and I don't even know why or how. I did have another notebook I was scribbling things down in and a calendar from the Dollar Tree I was writing household appointments on, but this is the first year in a lot of years I have not kept up a planner, even badly. Happily, I still like this planner. I did not write out a bunch of pages that I didn't fill in. So this is going to be it for 2025. And one of my big goals is to do a better job of keeping track of what I make. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. I am approaching 2025 with a whole lot of plans and enthusiasm.